British actor Henry Cavill, who is currently starring in fantasy drama The Witcher, is one of the hottest properties in the acting world right now and has a ton of titles on his CV. But like most people, there are plenty of things you probably don't know about the Superman actor, which you might find surprising. Today we are discussing the things you probably didn't know about Henry Cavill, so stay right where you are. First, he was speculated to be a part of the 50 Shades of Grey franchise. Oh, how different it all could have been for 50 Shades fans. Back when it was announced that there would be a movie adaptation of the hit book series by author E.L. James, the internet was abounding with rumors of who might be playing Christian Grey. And one of the names that kept coming up was that of Henry Cavill, who had just announced himself on the world stage as Clark Kent in Man of Steel. However, the man himself was never actually invited to read for the role, but that didn't stop fans speculating that it was going to be him at the time. And when Cavill himself joked about snagging Jamie Dornan's role in the 50 Shades Darker sequel, fans again erupted in excitement. It turned out to be just a joke, however, as Dornan himself reprised the role, leaving Cavill fans devastated. Do you think our man Henry would have made a good Christian Grey? Next up, he's a big runner. It probably won't come as any surprise to anybody to learn that a man who is in peak physical condition likes the odd jog or two. Henry can often be found taking part in fun runs for charity, raising money for his favorite cause, the Royal Marines Charitable Trust Fund. In the past, he has taken part in the Gibraltar Rock Run, which doesn't sound too bad, but when you factor in the steep inclines and the fact that you have to actually get to the top of the rock, then it quickly becomes something we're happy Henry is doing and not us. But of course, this is just child's play for a man who is known for playing Superman. Are you a runner? If so, explain yourselves below. We're talking Robert Pattinson next. Stay tuned. Pattinson's career has gone from strength to strength since his big break in the Twilight saga, but similar to Jamie Dornan, it could have all been quoted different for the English actor. Known for his portrayal of Edward in Twilight, it was actually in the Harry Potter films where he really started his career. Having appeared in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, he was noticed by Twilight producers, and the rest is history. But you might not be aware that Henry Cavill was actually considered for the role of Cedric Diggory in the 4th installment of the hit films. However, bosses thought he was just a little too old for the role, and instead chose Pattinson for the part, which Rob must be eternally grateful for. A couple of years later, and lightning struck twice for Cavill, who was again beaten to a role by Pattinson, that of his probably most iconic one, Edward Cullen in Twilight, and the decision seemed all the more strange after novelist Stephanie Meyer, who penned the books, called Cavill her perfect Edward. Well, how different it might all have been for Pattinson in particular. Around this time, Cavill acquired the nickname of the unluckiest man in Hollywood after his continual rejection. His love of gaming is up next. When all is said and done, Cavill is still just a bloke in his 30s, and as such enjoys nothing more than sitting down and plugging into one of his favorite games. Cavill has revealed that one of his favorite games is actually the hit multiplayer online RPG, World of Warcraft. And when he was up for the role of Superman, he almost didn't answer the phone as he was right in the middle of a game. What do you make of Cavill's gaming? Do you have any game recommendations? Let us know below. Another missed role now. Stick around. Of course, the life of an actor is filled with rejection, and Henry Cavill, as we have already mentioned, is no different. And whilst the current Bond, Daniel Craig, was being chosen by the people who do the choosing, Cavill actually tried out for the role. However, at the time he was only 22, so he still had some way to go before he had paid his acting dues and filled out. He didn't get the role as it obviously went to layer cake star Craig, but the experience would go on to serve him well as he went on to star in another spy thriller in the Man From U.N.C.L.E. reboot. And as we know, Craig has just finished his 5th and final performance as the fabled spy James Bond, so the space will need filling again soon. So who better than a man who has experience playing a spy and who has already tried out for the role? Do you guys think Henry Cavill would make a good Bond? Let us know below. Next up, we're talking about his love of strange animals. Following his philanthropic revelations, it might not come as much of a surprise that Cavill also donates to Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust, a nonprofit aimed at conserving rare species. He even has a trust of his own, known as the Cavil Conservation, who have their own website at CavilConservation.com. He is a regular campaigner for the protection of rare species, and if you are so inclined, you can even join his gorilla family by pledging on his website. He has also been seen in the company of giant bats in the past, so we can only imagine what he keeps as pets at home. Well, we know he keeps a bat named Ben at the Durrell Wildlife Conservation Center in his native Jersey. Do you guys have pets? Let us know what animals you have below. A strange Superman fact now. Of course, it is well known that Cavill portrayed the superhero in the 2013 movie Man of Steel and has reprised the role in subsequent films. But we bet you didn't know that he was actually cast in the 2004 Superman Flyby, which never actually made it out of the studio and into the movie theater. The project was shelved after numerous problems, but when the idea was revived in 2006, the end product was Superman Returns, which came with a new director and a new star in Brandon Routh. Did you guys know that one? A very weird body-shaming incident is up next. Given Cavill's ripped physique, it will probably shock you to learn that the superstar was once called out for looking a little chubby. The callous comment came during his audition for the part of Bond, which we mentioned earlier, and he has since been quoted as saying he is thankful to Martin Campbell, who was directing the film, for his remarks. He said, "I probably could have prepared better. I remember the director, Martin Campbell, saying, 'Looking a little chubby there, Henry.'" Wow, there's literally no hope for the rest of us if Henry Cavill is being body-shamed. Am I right? We're discussing his Russell Crowe meeting now. Of course, Cavill and Crowe both starred in Man of Steel together back in 2013, with Crowe playing Henry's dad on screen. But that wasn't actually the first time the pair had met. Back in 2000, when Crowe was filming Proof of Life, the crew had hired out Cavill's school, Stowe School, to film there, and a young Henry wasted no time in getting his name out there. He accosted Crowe whilst he was on set and asked him for some career advice. When appearing on the Graham Norton show years later, the pair actually recounted the story, with Crowe claiming he remembered Henry thanks to his unusual drive. However, we're not having it that he remembered a kid from 13 years previous. We don't even remember what we had for breakfast yesterday. I'm sure some of you guys will relate. And finally, he's British, but not really. Our man Henry hails from Jersey in the English Channel, which it might surprise you to know isn't technically Britain. Much closer to France than it is to the UK mainland, Jersey is a self-governing British Crown dependency, which means that the UK is responsible for the defense of the island, but nothing else. They govern themselves and are responsible for their own economy, which might come as a surprise, but Cavil is extremely proud of his roots. Jersey is part of the Channel Islands along with Guernsey, but sporting stars from the islands also represent the UK, so they are heavily linked with the British. Did you know Cavil was from the Channel Islands? Let us know below. And if you have any other strange Cavil-based facts, let's hear them in the comments below. As always, thanks for dropping by today, and remember to tune in next time when we will be discussing all sorts of different bits and pieces. Also, why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, as well as subscribing to our channel, so you don't miss out on more great content in the future. Bye guys!